Show Mimighoul again after the round 2 featured match. Too bad, Purrely Mimighoul is in day 2 of YCS Bologna in round 10 with a chance of achieving the top cut, and I have no idea how it pairs up. Purrely Mimighoul, it doesn't make sense to me, but we're going to see how Kashtira Snake Eyes is going to play their first turn.
Yep, so Unicorn, oh, that's a really good starter for this deck. Unicorn first to make sure that Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, Veiler and so on could get punished by the Kashtira Unicorn. And speaking about the combination of Purrely and Mimighoul, like the one thing that I could see overlapping between the two is that the Purrely main deck monsters, they are level 1. So if your first one gets Veilered and then the second one gets Impermed, you can still overlay them to go into the giant Mimighoul, right? Isn't that the game plan, possibly?
Absolutely insane.
That's
what I'm saying.
Sounds very interesting, to be honest.
I mean, I'm very excited. I hope we can see some of that because it might be a very unique end field, because some people might be thinking, hey, this is maybe just a Purrely deck with a small Mimighoul engine or the other way around. But no, you actually just have the full package of both decks here on the list. So I'm incredibly excited. But for now, YL is incredibly excited about starting his turn here, and his opener is great.
I'm gonna say there is a theme to this. Every time you feature really cool decks that are super unique and very off-meta, they lose the dice roll against combo-heavy decks. I don't think it has ever happened that one of those Mimighoul Purrely decks got to start in a featured match.
Yeah, it's almost like a curse, right? They just don't get to start the game, but instead, well, it is. But naturally, though, at least the Purrely part of the deck is designed to do pretty well going second into fields, as of course the good old Divine Arsenal AA Zeus is in there, for example, which is always great, especially, for example, against Fire King Snake Eye decks. This is not the Fire King variant, but let's see how much we can do with our Exceed monsters going second here in this matchup.
Quite curious to see that. We have the Fiendsmith engine in there as well. Fiendsmith, ever since the introduction of the deck has been, or of the theme, has been absolutely dominant. The ability to make a good combo out of just any 2 monsters is absolutely insane. Reminds me of Orcus back in the days. You needed 2 monsters with different names. That's not even the case anymore.
What do you mean back in the day? We have Orcus in day 2 of this YCS as well. Because we had him on feature in round number 8, Francesco Simoncelli, and I saw he won his last round as well of the day, so he's actually X11 as far as I'm aware.
Okay, if you don't combo like back in the day, then please tell me how you go for a full Orcus combo with any 2 monsters.
Yeah, you might be saying, I mean, that's
Where
probably
is your Nightmare Mermaid?
That's probably full Fiendsmith combo, huh?
True.
But yeah, we are right now, of course, rather seeing Fiendsmith cards on the side of YL, as there is the Desiree on the field. So it's not just Kashtira Snake Eyes, but Kashtira Fiendsmith Snake Eyes, and I think I even saw some Azamina cards in there. So he's like using all of the engines available that you could pair with Snake Eyes, essentially.
Where are hand traps?
Yeah, I mean, let me check the list. Don't want to spoil it too much yet. He doesn't need them at the moment, but there's still plenty of that too, to be honest.
But can we go a little bit through what the deck tries to achieve in its end field for our newer viewers, perhaps, who haven't seen too much Snake Eyes so far?
Yeah, for sure. I love that, because it is actually, like, with the combination of all those things, it's a pretty unique and strong end field, if you ask me, because even though it's not naturally a fusion deck, the Snake Eye deck, nowadays the end field that you're creating is going to consist of Fiendsmith Desiree, first of all, which we already see on the field, which is a very strong negate on all kind of face-up cards on the opponent's side of the field, even on your side of the field, but usually on your opponent's turn you want to negate the others. And then also on top of that, you're going to have Azamina Ilia Sylvia, which is an additional negate. So modern decks nowadays kind of struggle sometimes to put up those negates, but this deck actually is putting up multiple of them. And then on top of that, of course, the Snake Eye portion of the deck, we all know about that. There is going to be usually a Link 4, a Fire Link 4 monster together with the Promethean Princess in the graveyard. Promethean Princess right now on the field. So we might see one of your Solomon Great monsters in this one, Leo, as there is Raging Phoenix in this extra deck.
I love Solomon Great.
Yeah.
Have I ever mentioned that?
No, maybe once or twice. Maybe once or twice. And of course, we have already established the IP Masquerena and the Spam Trapzone as well. So as far as I'm aware, this might be as good as it gets. We're not seeing any Azamina cards so far, but besides that, we are really doing well here.
I mean, this board looks amazing. And of course, Birth is a very good card against Purrely.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. That's amazing. So usually you're very often linking off the Kashtira monsters, but here it might definitely be worth keeping the Kashtira monster around.
Speaking of Salamangreat.
Oh, true. Leo, you're getting a treat here for the first round of the day.
I'm so hyped. I'm so incredibly hyped right now. Yesterday we even saw a full Salamangreat deck that couldn't unfold its true power of the combo. Playing with Terror top and playing a full combo with only Terror top actually just led up to a field of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf and a Salamangreat Roar.
Oh, we're just ending on the Sunlight Wolf here, apparently,
wow.
because turn goes over to Filippo.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I don't dislike it either, so that's a strong field. We have the Flamberge ready to bring out the IP Masquerena. The field spell can do the same, so that is multiple layers of direction. Yeah, for sure.
This is way better than bringing out an Emblem Whale. You save, or bringing out the Raging Phoenix, you save the resources in your extra deck. You have the ability to, when you summon out your IP Masquerena or basically anything that you want, you can trigger the Sunlight Wolf to gain extra resources, which is harder to manage in the Snake Eyes deck nowadays after the last Forbidden Limited List update. Because you only have one Snake Eye Ash.
Oh, and now the surprise factor kicks in. He is going to reveal that there is a Mimighoul card in his hand.
Oh.
And maybe Filippo might be playing a funny game with his opponent, revealing the Mimighoul cards, but then just disregarding, not saying that there's Purrely cards in there. But this could be good, right? Do we just block the zone?
No, I think you can just chain Flamberge and summon the IP Masquerena and the Archfiend countries off.
You might be right.
But the mind game on this one is very good. As Basti said, he can reveal Mimighoul and just go to game 2, and his opponent doesn't have an out to Noir, which is very good.
Yeah, I agree. It could definitely happen. I mean, maybe he's confident, though. Maybe Filippo says, hey, we're just going to play through this. I have my Purrely Mimighoul deck, so of course.
I'm gonna say, if you want to scoop, you will have to do that now, because even if Well summons out the IP Masquerena, he's going to activate Kashtira Unicorn after that. Try to look into the extra deck, and then you will have to scoop.
Very, very, very good point.
Unless you think you can break this field, and I don't know the deck list, but it looks a little bit tough.
I mean, it is Filippo. He's 7-2 at this YCS. He surely knows what he's doing, but the Dragon doesn't know what to do anymore as it stays in the hand. You were anticipating right there, Leo, IP Masquerena jumping into the place the Dragon wanted to go. Oh, he's giving his extra deck over. Okay, so...
I like how we are all super surprised that he doesn't give up the game.
But yeah, look, well, look through this. Look at that extra deck. You're getting a couple of surprises with this one.
I would be very confused.
Yeah, same.
I would shuffle this extra deck and then just give it over, or maybe banish a Zeus.
Oh,
like
look.
good old Kashtira plays.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a Starlight Rare. Let me read the Starlight Rare there.
Let me read all of those cards.
Giant Mimighoul is the one that brought his attention there.
The only problem that I can see is that Flammers cannot summon 2 level 1 monsters on the field.
True.
But, I mean, does it even matter at this time?
We will have to see. So, Filippo. I mean, a good thing about the Dragon staying in hand is that you can now discard it for the Purrely quick spells, I guess. So, maybe that was the plan all along.
Genius plan.
Yeah, I know. We worked on it together.
You've been theory crafting with Filippo.
Normal summon Purrely, and now Whale is... I think now is the point where he's completely confused, because he was like, maybe there's an access point to the Purrely cards in the extra deck through the Mimighoul cards, but no, there's actually Purrely cards in his main deck as well. Oh my.
So are we just going to let our opponent play? Because it is actually quite hard to interrupt the Purrely deck. Going for an infinite impermanence, that's a really, really good one on the Purrely, because Purrely does not only give you an immediate +1 on the summon, it also has a crazy effect to exceed summon with a spell from the graveyard. Sorry, Zodiac Powercraft.
And next up we have the first Purrely quick spell. It is going to be a very pretty memory. Let's see how pretty of a memory this is going to be turning out into. So, I mean, we haven't had Purrely on feature for a while, so...
I missed it.
Yeah. Mike, what is the general concept with all those quick spells and everything? What are they trying to do with these?
So they want to summon Purrely from the main deck monsters, by discarding a card. The only problem at this point is that, of course, Desiree is still on the field, and as I said before, Birth is also on the field. So things are not looking very good for Filippo at this point. However, Zeus is still in the extra deck, which is very important.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So yeah, basically there is those 4 different quick spells. We have delicious memories, happy memories, pretty memories, and sleepy memories. All of them, as you said, basically have the same effect, saying you can discard a card from your hand to then special summon out a Purrely or a Purrely from your deck. Oh, okay, we get to reveal. Can we add that Purrely Yeep to our hand there? I think it's only... Oh, yeah, you're allowed to add the Yeep to your hand, at least that. And then so with the quick spells, you're trying to get to your Purrely Cats from the deck. And then of course, you explained Purrely, Leo, with having the ability to exceed summon from the graveyard, basically. But now we have the little brother, just the regular Purrely on the field as well, having the ability to exceed summon from the hand, essentially, as well. So
actually, I want to say it's the big brother.
Okay, I mean...
Because Purrely was there first. Purr.
I didn't know you were so into their family relationships, but if you have those insider informations, I will accept it.
I have spent more than enough time with Purrelys.
I know.
Information-wise, it was very important that Shifter was revealed, since now knows that Filippo is on Shifter.
Oh yeah.
That's even that's already usually very important, but here it's incredibly important as YL actually is siding 1 copy of Shifter for cross-out designators. So having that extra bit of information is massive here in this situation, you're right.
And it's very important that the Spig is a very good interruption against Purrely for both effects. Since Purrelys activate to exceed summon and need themselves on the field.
Yeah, that's true, okay. I think that's a heads-up play there by Whale, immediately going after the Purrely. Because that means now Filippo will have to invest more cards to even get to more monsters. Oh, that might be the impermanence column. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
It was under the extra monster zone.
I feel like too. Why would it be? But I think you're right. Because usually you always try to go into the middle zone. Yeah, look, they're confirming. I think Filippo knows what he's doing. It's interesting though, because he activated the pretty memory into the column of the Fiends with Sequence, and now he's just taking the gamble, just going down the middle. It's quite bold of them.
It's not a gamble if you are confident.
True, I agree. But certainly the Mimighoul Maker that he has just activated there is possibly the best Mimighoul card in the deck, so maybe this one pushes us over the edge here.
So the thing is, if you set... Wait a second. If you set Mimighoul Dragon to your opponent's side of the field and you're attacking into it, it flips and activates in damage step, so Desiree can't negate it. What is happening? What is happening, everyone? Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm.
This is a very good play, actually.
Yeah.
I think this might be the one. Oh, Maker goes to the graveyard unresolved. Oh no, I think we double-checked which column that was, and it seems like it was the wrong column that we just had there. I think that was the impermanence column in the end.
Filippo, no. Don't do this to us.
Oh no, man. Is that just going to be Anima now after? It is. We'll relinquish Anima.
Oh, that is so sad. That could have been the play of the century. I mean, would have given Whale still a lot of follow-up. Summoning back a Snake Eye Ash, has added Poplar to the hand previously. Can summon then back Ash and the Oak from hand, or from the graveyard rather. Gets to send as well with the Desiree.
I think that Wolf goes to the graveyard actually, because SP was changed to Anima. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Ruling expert here, Mike. Why is that? So it tries to equip it, but there's nothing to equip with it anymore?
Exactly.
Oh, but there's also no... Good old draw 5. That's how every match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Starts, how every game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Starts, and Filippo will be going first.
By the way, a little clarification, it was not the Imperm column in the last match, it was Desiree that negated the Mimighoul Maker.
Yes.
How did we forget about Desiree?
That does make a whole lot of sense.
I'm sorry, everyone. We confused everyone.
That is going to be the activation of our dungeon. That's a good start.
A very good card against Snake Eyes, since you cannot normal summon.
Yeah, but there is plenty of ways to play without your normal summon in there, with like a bonfire or a 1-for-1 as we have seen yesterday, original Sinful Spoils. But it certainly does help.
You know which one is the worst one to witness? Diabellstar Witch sending the set monster, because Diabellstar Witch does not have to send face-up cards. So that one hurts if they have access to the Witch, but as long as they don't have that, the card still does a whole lot.
I don't think you're ending your turn on a set monster on the opposing side of the field. I think you have a room to set a card, and then if you have the master on the field, you're trying to flip it up immediately. Yeah,
you're right. There certainly is a set monster right now on the field of Jiboel, because he just gave it over to him.
It's Mimighoul Slime.
It is the Slime.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
What does that do?
Slime is one of the newer cards.
Woo!
Sticking to its face-down defense position. We get to search the Arcfiend here. And yeah, the Slime definitely can set itself. as the usual thing. And then also, you can just, doing a Mayfair special summon from your hand as well as some of the new Mimighoul things do. Oh, Slime activating. We get to witness it here live on camera. Slime's changing itself to defense position. Ooh, that's not... I think that's not one of the ones you want to give over to your opponent, to be honest. We had to do it here to get our play started, but Slime is one that you want to use as an extender for your own combo. Oh, Slime's coming back.
I mean, it activates and lets your opponent special summon a monster from the deck, a Gimmickle monster, so that is quite...
That's quite good, honestly. Yeah,
honestly.
I was completely on the wrong road there. We have a Slime back to us.
These cards get confusing sometimes, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're changing the side of the field. How would that not be confusing? We searched the Mimighoul maker there. So the Mimighoul portion of the deck is definitely off to a good start here.
Well, it looks good. I want to see where this takes us because we haven't seen an uninterrupted Mimighoul combo so far ever.
Yeah. Oh, that's a massive Exceed summon. Come on. Organize your Exceed materials.
Oh, yeah, that is actually...
oh, no.
Okay.
This
is Throne, huh?
Yeah, it's Mimighoul Throne indeed.
So what does Throne do? I'm going to get it up for you guys, and I'm going to read the card out as well. Also needs to read it. You can detach one material from this card, special summon one Mimighoul monster from your hand, deck, or GUI. During the main phase, quick effect. You can target one Mimighoul master you control, equip this card to it as an equip spell, and give it 1000 attack. Then you can return cards from the field to the hand, up to the number of materials this card had. You can only use one Mimighoul Throne effect pattern, only once per pattern. So I think that we're trying to set up a Mimighoul master here. Otherwise, this would not make too much sense, right?
I mean, yeah, we just tried to use it to special summon from the deck.
Oh, yeah,
I'm pretty sure
it just does do that.
And we should also note that Filippo now can activate Thrust or Talent if he has it.
Oh, you're right. True. The Gen and Ken technology, but just with the Mimighoul cards. You're right, you're right. Let me see, is there any of that in his deck? Because those definitely would make sense, I agree. Those would be great. There's Talents in there, yeah, absolutely.
I think Talents makes more sense because Thrust is a little bit worse when you're going first, because when they activate, they move over to your side of the field, and then you don't get the good part of the Thrust effect.
I mean, arguably the good part, because we have talked about that yesterday as well. Thrust at the moment is being used to set powerful trap cards all over the format, and I'm seeing Dimensional Barrier in there.
After sighting is crazy.
I'm seeing even Harpy's Featherstorm in there, my dear friends.
Oh,
so I think Thrust here might actually be a very good possibility.
After sighting, definitely, you're right.
Oh, and look at that beautiful Master there now on the field as well. Filippo is smiling. He gets to show off what he has designed there himself. Probably weeks of testing leading to this tournament, and so far it's going pretty well for him.
Is it only me that is very excited to see Mimighoul go off?
Yeah, totally. Because yesterday we didn't really get to witness that, but now the revenge arc of Mimighoul has started, and it has teamed up with Purrely to finally fulfill maybe the first YCS top that it's ever going to have. And there is my friend Purrely now as well. That's the transition now into the cats.
My friend. Come join me.
Friends.
Join me on the kitty side of things. I'm going to search for one of the Purrely cards now. What a flexible card. Once per turn. It's not even a field spell. It plays like a field spell, I'm going to say.
Yeah. But it's good that it doesn't have to that he doesn't have to give up the field spell there that he already has. So that is a sleepy memory that we see there being revealed.
And probably a pretty memory.
Oh, okay.
And
was there something sided
Delicious.
out? I see Delicious, I see Sleepy. Oh yeah, now we have found free. We have found free.
Delicioso.
And
where we're going.
We're rolling the die because it is going to be decided randomly which one he gets. He has a clear preference as he was only revealing one Delicious and two Sleepy, so he would prefer getting the Sleepy memories here. Let's see whether he got the 66% chance there. And oh, I think he has Delicious in hand actually. I think we did get the 33% instead. Delicious memories, there it is.
There are a few more spell cards in hand. Actually, he has so many cards in hand.
It's crazy, isn't it? Look, we searched for Mimighoul Fairy and we didn't even need it. We just discarded it instead.
But does Fairy do something in the graveyard? Because otherwise it feels a little bit like this was a wasted search. I mean, sometimes you search cards just to discard them. That's also fine. Especially if you play a deck with a heavy discard engine.
Yeah. Look at that. Purrely now on the field. It's crazy to see that he hasn't even gone through that one yet, but we're searching my friend Purrely, and again, that might be a case of we just want to discard it because we already have that. And that is clearly once per turn, of course. Once per turn, if you want to say.
I do want to say that.
So we're using the on-field effect, the second one of Purrely now, and we're going to make that Exceed summon from the graveyard, as you were saying earlier on, and there is, as the Italians like to call it, Plampito.
Really?
E Purrely Plampito.
I love this.
It is a very funny name for it. And of course in English it's just E Purrely Plump. And E Purrely Plump, whenever a Purrely spell is activated, that's not a Purrely spell, that's Mimighoul. How do we all of that without even activating Mimighoul Maker? That's completely mad.
Did you know that in Italian, and this is half knowledge that I have because a friend told me, Ito is used for like cute things in the south, and here, rather in the north, it's Ino most of the time.
Okay.
So it's Plampino da Plampito. Feel free to correct me, everyone.
Is there any chance that Well has Nibiru in his hand? Because it can definitely hurt at this moment.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy. Okay.
But, I mean, Nibiru sees a lot less play nowadays, right?
Due to Impulse, yes.
Bassi, can you tell us, is there a chance of a Nibiru?
There is a chance of Nibiru on Filippo's side, but also on Well's side. Actually, even though not being incredibly popular overall, both of these players are relying on it. And I think that is correlating to the fact that both of these decks are not really capable of playing Impulse.
Yeah.
As soon as you don't have the option to go for the Dominus Impulse, Nibiru becomes a lot more appealing because you don't have to fear that restriction of Impulse applying to your turn, or to your whole duel after you activate it, and therefore having the option to go for Nibiru is good when you're already playing with Dark Monsters yourself.
What do you think is going through Whale's mind right now?
There's a rabbit. After all those cats, there's now a rabbit on the field. That's probably going for his mind.
It's half a zoo.
The Zero Red Rabbit has just been activated, and he has just set the Angel Statue Azarun, and we're not even done yet. Filippo, what are you trying to cook here? This is a full meal.
This is basically everything. Dungeon gets now chained to that.
No, we're using the Happy Memories trying to protect
protecting
Dungeon from destruction for the rest of the turn. And I think our Plump is going to have enough materials after using its effect to go up into an Axe Purrely Noir. But in the meantime, there's another Purrely coming to the field. We're really going all in here, I feel like. We're bringing out all the Purrely monsters, our Mimighoul package completely out there. But we're revealing more Purrely spells, even follow-up for next turn, revealing a Solemn Judgment. If we had that as well, if we could have added that one off of the Purrely there, that would have been crazy. Oh look, Plump getting 2 extra materials. It already had 3 materials, so it has 5 materials in total, meaning we can just make place for one of the most important, most impressive boss monsters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Axe Purrely Noir. A bunch of materials underneath. And look at that, he's counting himself. But that should equal 6 materials under that Noir, meaning it's unaffected.
That is huge, and of course you can spin 3 cards of your opponent when you feel like the unaffected part is not really necessary anymore. When you get the feeling that your opponent is going to break your field, take apart your resources, then you can go, hey, I can still spin 3 cards of yours, so let me just do that real quick, so you can't set up anything. I don't care about the unaffected part. While is now asking something about the Mimighoul dungeon, and I'm very happy that we saw the full combo, because this is a really impressive field.
Yeah, this is great.
It's going to be almost impossible to break that field. Let's see if Weil finds a way to break it. However, what nowadays is not very much a trend now is that this is a combo that is incredibly vulnerable to Nibiru, the Primal B.
I mean, even if they do Nibiru, you still have the My Friend Purrely activating, right? So you at least get 3 of the quick spells back. But on the other hand, you already went through the on-field effect of Purrely, and you went through both of your Purrelys. So how much are you even going to do with those? So I think, yeah, Nibiru would hurt you.
At this point, though, there's Noir on the field, so...
Yeah, but I mean, you could have done
before
that way
the
before, right?
Yeah, I think so too. And interestingly enough, we kept the Mimighoul throne around, and you were reading out the effect earlier. There is an interruption with that on the opponent's turn as well. So this is definitely multiple layers of interruption, and turn goes over to Well. And with all those, for him, new cards that he maybe seeing for the first time here, he's getting to face a really tough task to play through here.
Let's see if he even tries to go through this. I like throne because it is it a main phase quick effect?
I think it is a main phase quick effect, yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would have loved to see it activate a damage step to equip itself to the Mimighoul Master. That would have been very, very cool.
That's true. Okay. Azarun was once more revealed. That's an additional piece of interaction, of course. Paired up with the Zero Red Rabbit, even more so because... Okay, Deception of the Sinful Spoils is activated. We immediately are going to chain Azarun. That's not because of the Azarun itself, but because of the effect of the Silhouette Rabbit destroying the Deception right away. That's massive.
Silhouette Rabbit is an amazing card.
It really, really, really is.
It provides 2 interruptions.
It kind of reminds me of... oh, but there's Wanted as well. I told you earlier, having the Snake Eye Diabellstar, or no, the Black Witch, to send that monster to the graveyard is definitely helping your place.
It's helping, but is it enough? That is the big question.
I think that Angel Statue can negate the summon of the bells, right?
It can, yeah. It definitely can. So that's, yeah, true. That's good for sure. But yeah, like the Silhouette Rabbit kind of reminds me of good old Anaconda. Verde Anaconda.
How?
It's just 2 monsters going into, like, last thing you do is a Link 2 monster, bring it out, make another card with it. In this case, be Azarun, in the other case, a Fusion monster. Somewhat similar.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'm
Very
not,
powerful Link 2 monsters.
I'm not happy with it. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you see it though, right? You see it. Okay, we are going to give up the dragon. And look at that. Yeah. Mike, you're alright. Immediately negating the summon.
I mean, your opponent can't normal summon monsters, so you negate that Diabellstar every single day of the week,
Oh,
right?
field empty though. Unicorn is there to immediately come out. Mimighoul Room though right away. That was the last unknown card set there.
And Mimighoul Room has also an amazing effect, which not only let you special summon, but if I recall correctly, can set the monster face down. Exactly.
Yep. 1-2. While reading that one again. Unicorn setting, but no more cards to be answering this.
Sunglasses, props to that. Okay, so maybe we will see them on stream later on. Just wanted to shout out there.
Didn't know you were into sunglasses that much, but let's see how much Weil is into his Kashtira Snake Eye cards here. Did he get the perfect start again? Because that first game start, honestly, on both sides, we had really, really impressive turns, right? Basically, both of them had their ideal start, and Filippo... Oh no, first, second effort, maybe he's doing something in draw phase, but doesn't seem like it.
Could have been a shifter.
Oh my, deck lockdown right away, but a set card only after Filippo. Maybe we can manage. There's not that much to overcome. Deck lockdown is crazy, but there's no combo field.
Cosmic Cyclone, Cosmic Cyclone, Cosmic Cyclone, Cosmic Cyclone, Cosmic Cyclone.
Calm down, Leo, there's none, there's none.
Wait, what?
Yep, he's one of the only people in the entire tournament that is not siding it. But let's see.
There is a Dimension Shifter picked up as the 6th card, and usually that would be something to gasp about and say, oh no, that is a very bad top deck. However, there were no plays for a while, and Filippo hasn't played a single card in his first turn, so he can still activate Dimension Shifter now.
That is true. I'm not even 100% sure whether he necessarily picked it up, because there's also... I've seen that tendency a lot lately, that people let the players start their game, let their combos start, and then they shifted them midway through where they're already committed into their play a little bit. So we just pass it back. Nothing happening here on both sides.
That makes so much sense, because you just can't play when you're deck locked down if you don't have a hard draw Purrely monster, and you have the shifter, you can chill. Deck lockdown is not going to be there forever.
Yeah, and I mean, it's more so of a feature bench lockdown right now that we're having, because he's passing it right back over to Filippo.
Play the cards, duelists.
Please notice, though, deck lockdown is not going to be there for forever, but another pass from Filippo. What is going on here?
7 cards in hand?
And there is the discard. Yeah, I think Filippo must be on 7 cards, right? For sure. He drew to 6 and he now drew to 7, but we gotta see that.
Because that would be crucial, because then your shifter is not live anymore.
Activating the bonfire. Oh, look, we also deck locked down ourselves, because we did draw a bonfire along the way.
Can I say that this is the first time that I see a deck lockdown destroyed by itself?
This is actually huge, and I want to see how this one resolves, because when you say end phase or end turn with 7 cards in the hand, you are required to discard a card, right? You can't just now go back and say, I want to activate Dimension Shifter. This discard is going to ruin the shifter's effect.
Oh, that's crazy. You're so right about that. Oh, is that the discard?
No,
I think that's the discard. I feel like that is the discard, because Filippo does not look happy. Yep.
Body language.
Filippo does not look happy about that.
And Weil does. Weil is having the absolute blast here.
That is a shifter discarded in the most unmeaningful way ever, as the only card in the graveyard, to be honest. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so Bonfire grabbing the Snake Eye Ash. And I think it was a risky game by Filippo in general, though, because I feel like YL has crossout designator in his hand. And we talked about it at the beginning of the match. He actually is citing a copy of Dimension Shifter to counter that. Oh, there is the Infinite Impermanence now, at least.
Is that enough? Is that enough? Because usually there is loads and loads of extenders. However, YL did not get to play on his first turn. Does he have impermanence in his deck for a crossout designator? Is there something that he can do? Because he does not look happy. He says, okay.
It's all right. It's okay.
Can he get to another monster and perhaps go for a dark play?
Is there... Oh, yeah, true. Oh, that shifter could be trouble in so many ways. But how are we getting another dark monster? That would need to be Witch. But Witch gets us started here anyways.
You can go into Anima. You just need a monster.
Yeah, true,
and then it's full Orcus combo.
True. Yeah, you're right. Back to that. Okay, well, only with Snake Ash on the field at the moment, but is there another... Oh, it's original Sinful Spawns. We didn't even need the Snake Ash to resolve. We had the original anyways.
Is that enough?
I feel like it is a lot, at least.
Is it?
It is. I mean, he can summon Poplar, get the field spell, Poplar make it Anima, and then go to Dark Princess.
Yeah, you're right.
It definitely is a lot, yeah, I agree.
We've seen so much Fire King, I completely forgot about the template as an extender.
There is Snake Eyes Poplar. I mean, in the Fire King version, you also usually don't see Snake Idea Bellster, but here, of course, in this version of the deck, you do see it. Yeah. And Snake Idea Bellster is such a crazy extender.
It is.
Like, the introduction of that card made the Snake Eye deck so much better, and I mean, now people are kind of forgetting about it, are sleeping on it, because Fire King is a little more popular than the pure version of the deck. But look at that. You're getting the Snake Idea Bellster, a monster for free, and you even get to set up the Snake Eye Ash into the Spell and Trap Zone as well.
For some duelists, Snake Idea Bellster is just a sleepy memory, but not for a while. He's going to put it into the Spell and Trap Zone, summon it out, and now we have two monsters. Does he realize that there's a shifter in the graveyard?
I think we just went into the battle phase here, first of all. So we are on the safe side regarding the life points advantage.
I mean, honestly, IP Masquerena here does a lot.
Yeah,
Next
absolutely.
turn on the first summon, you go into Temple Effect, summon out the Snake Eye Ash, and then you have a... what am I talking about? There's two monsters.
Yeah, I guess that works. I guess that will do. Moon of the Closed Heaven, it defeats with Requiem. And the main phase 2 is where we get to pop off with our Fiendsmith cards.
So Nightmare Phoenix into Mermaid.
There is Fiendsmith Lacrima.
And now the damage that has been done is really going to be impactful.
And we have to keep note that there's only 6 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
That's true. I just said Fiendsmith Lacrima, casually. That card is not allowed anymore. This is, of course, Lacrima the Crimson Tears.
I kept calling this card Fiendsmith Lacrima the entire
generation. I mean, it's part of the Fiendsmith package, right? Therefore,
it's always considered as a Fiendsmith card, so I think it's only fair if we do the same.
It's weird that they both have the same name, honestly. But let's see. We are going into Fiendsmith sequence. Now using the fusion summoning effect and bring back out Desiree.
Imagine having Shifter active here.
Yeah, we can only imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is crossout designator. So crossout designator would have always been a way to answer that, because I did not see the shifter itself in the hand of Whale, and he saw Shifter in game 1.
And
so
again, deck lockdown.
Oh my, not again! Another deck lockdown. After we were able to use our deck now for the entire time, we are locking up our opponent again.
And it's Desiree protected. If I've spied on the deck list correctly, there's only Harpy's Feather Duster as an answer, and you can just Desiree that. That is huge. Oh, Purrely is summoned.
Summon Purrely. Okay, there's a plan.
That's good. We can summon out the Snake Eye Ash now, theoretically. However, there is deck lockdown.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're going to do that, yeah.
And deck lockdown is also going to stop the Purrely from happening.
Of course.
But you can I mean, you can probably so you can out the deck lockdown on your turn, and we don't use the Ash effect, of course.
Yeah. The thing is, Filippo can now activate a Purrely spell from a hand to not activate the summoning from deck part of the effect.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he can activate Purrely and then try to chain it, but okay.
We're just trying to use the Exceed part now, and that is going to be met by the Infinite Impermanence.
Would have helped.
Which does make sense, of course. We're playing around Triple Tech Talons by not activating the Fiendsmith Desiree, and we're also like we have seen that Filippo was summoning and searching from the deck a whole lot. Therefore, this is not going to be easy. Is there maybe a Typhon in there? Typhon could be good here, right?
I think Filippo actually picked up a Nibiru as the next card on the top of his deck. That would have been so useful in the last turn.
Hold on, there is the Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis in his
wow.
extra deck though, and there it is on the field now as well. And that is a pretty good thing because it has 2,900 attack points, which is pretty massive into that.
You can bounce the sequence. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Makes
we're
sense.
trying to get that
I
sequence
don't
off.
think that you can bounce a sequence.
Is it
To
only
be honest.
monsters?
Yes.
I think it's only monsters as well. Yeah, you're right.
But I think that they're probably talking about the targeting effect and that sequence gives attack, right?
Nope. He tried to activate it very clearly, but he wasn't able to, and that material was just gone back under the Typhon, so Typhon can't do that. And the thing is now,
You
is it
can't
able to
target the
attack?
Desiree.
Yeah, is it able to attack over the Desiree then? I don't think it is, right? How much defense does Desiree
I
have?
don't think that
Desiree has
Typhon targets, to be
2,400.
honest.
Yeah, Typhon doesn't target.
The thing is, if you attack over Desiree, it's just gonna send the Typhon.
True. Oh wait, but Mike is onto something here. But like, Typhon doesn't target. That's the thing. We
Oh,
could have
wow.
just gone after the Desiree
Oh,
anyways.
no.
We were not able to target the sequence, but that threw Filippo off. He would have just easily been able to use the effect of Typhon, as it is not targeting, to just get that Desiree off the field.
I think his deck lockdown is still active, so while it has issues with playing through this still, I mean, oh wait. Actually, Desiree, he has to get over the Typhon somehow, because now he has enough damage on the field.
yeah, look at
because of
the
tempo.
zone that Typhon is.
Oh no.
You are so right. There is relinquished
Speaking of
Anima. Why are you in that place, Typhon? You're not
punish.
going to be there for very long. Typhon effect. Going over to YL is the Typhon. Battle phase it is. Game it!